as a support player.
Well, this is a more liquid opening, right? The Rubik, Grimstroke. It does reveal both their supports straight off the bat, though.
Yeah, we talked about it and how it's not the best thing. And now Nigma goes with the SF.
Nice.
It's
very early.
Yeah,
this is a CIS classic. Just the fact that you first pick Clockwork, cool. C2 Hero is nice. You go Shadow Fiend. You're gonna see. We're gonna go back to like 2017 or whatever year it was. They're gonna get Cogs level 1. He's gonna get the extra 12 souls, and he's going to lane, just living life. I think this is really important for Shadow Fiend. Of course, you don't have the 2-minute rune. You're not going to be able to really get that early bottle. So sure, mangoes are nice for your raids at the start, but nah, scratch that. Get yourself some raises, some souls, sorry, and off you go.
Yeah, I think that 4-minute rune was actually the biggest nerf to the SF, right? Because he's the hero who starts off with a few mangoes, with the raises, and he just brings a bottle, right? Or maybe a few branches. He doesn't even need anything. But now that it's a 4-minute rune, it's actually really hard. Your supports don't matter. They will not be securing your rune because there's no rune. But in this situation where you have a clock, you're actually giving him a laning phase. Without that, and you can actually go for raid bans or something along those lines.
This is an interesting draw from Nigma. Normally, they like to cover one of their position 1 or 2 pick until later on. But they've just revealed the fact that it's going to be Shadow Fiend straight up, and then they go instantly Clinks.
But this Clinks might be a flex pick. You can play it on 3 as well.
I hope not. I don't think I want to see a mind control Clinks personally.
Hey, it's just another hero that just right-clicks things like the Prophet, right?
Yeah, but then they have a lot of heroes that just right-click things, and that's about it. So I'd like to see maybe a little bit more of that team fight that mind control's known for. The classic Tidehunter TA, we can't lose with it.
That's the big thing about the free, right? We're seeing this shift back towards away from maybe as much on utility as much as you want to move back to these kind of playmakers. We've seen Brewmaster attempted a lot. Just these heroes that have a lower cooldown if they can and can initiate for you, right?
Well, to be honest, I just have to comment on this DP. I really hope it's not mid. SF plus the souls against DP. He is going to destroy her. The supports don't really do much to SF. It's hard for them to gank him. He's always on the high ground. So I'm not sure what they want to do with this. I don't know if the Oracle is still in the pool. I would think it's not. Against Liquid, they'd ban it probably. But maybe it is. Whatever the situation, SF destroys all 3 of these heroes. So
there's the Centaur.
And there's the Centaur.
I just don't. I like Nigma's opening, but this Clinks pick I'm just not a fan of. I feel like it. I understand that the concept is they play lanes, they're going to group up, they're going to have maybe Shadow Fiend with level 15 talent, hit buildings, Clinks can melt heroes, melt buildings, it's cool, but when you have Centaur, Death Prophet, and then these 2 very generic supports that will always have impact, it's like you have Rubik against Clockwork, you got this, it's so scary, I think, approaching this DP. Once she pops ult, Clinks and Shadow Fiend both will feel pretty lost in this fight. Like, both of these heroes are kind of like the support slayers. Like, Clinks wants to go for backline, Shadow Fiend, I think the CIS region, they're going for the Blink Yules nowadays. Of course, you can diversify that, go for the Treads BKB situation, or maybe Treads Drum BKB, but my only concern is obviously they have 2 picks to cover this, but they need to find a way to actually either A, defend towers, or B, really go full into that kind of aggressive playstyle that they kind of demonstrated the other day.
Yeah, but when you say Clinks now, it has been changed. It actually has 1.5k HP 10 minutes into the game, right? So it's not the Clinks that actually gets blown up. You don't really have to go for the backline. You can actually stand there, and if they run at you, you are going to be in trouble.
But how do you fight them, though? So Clinks drops his ult, Centaur press Stampede. What have you got? Cogs? That's it? Maybe the Jaw?
Yeah, okay, but you should... you actually get to the tower, you force them in a fight like that, maybe? Or you defend the towers, double raise, it's really hard. Okay, LC also removes the stun. I feel like it's going to be hard to bring down this SF and the Clinks.
The Legion pick does recover their lineup in terms of they're able to play aggressive, and this Legion can be that defensive factor. You might see the Vlad's pipe build up. I don't want to see him with any initiation type. I just want to see him be tanky so he can be present.
Okay, it depends on how the game goes.
Yeah, sure, but I think the play style of Nigma is this fact that they want to be aggressive, they want to go, and if they sit back and try and hit creeps, or if they play off this cute initiation, one wrong initiation against this lineup right now with the DP, and the fact that you still can pick any carry pretty much, I think they need to be a big unit, post-laning phase, early pipe, they can go aggressive. You're going to have maybe a Deso or something on Clinks. I'm not going to lie, the Clinks build isn't fresh in my mind right now, but I'm still a little bit worried for Nigma.
It used to be Crystallis.
Yeah, Crystal, of course.
Yeah, but now it's been nerfed a bit, so I'm not sure. I've seen people even go for the or hit. So that might be something he wants to go for.
Yep.
It could work here. Maybe even when you look at it, Nullifier now is the biggest damage item. It gives 80 damage, so maybe he wants to go for something like that. That could be interesting as well. So we'll see.
Is there some like casual Kuroki? I'm trying to think like how can they make their draft look a lot cleaner? And
they have
right
the
now
ability to run at you quick though, right? Because Liquid, would it be fair to say they're locked behind their cooldowns a lot more with the DP ult, with the Stampede?
Kinda, but they dictate when the fight occurs because they've got the Stampede to disengage with against no lockdown. So you don't have to waste your ults. You're not going to see this DP feel like she has to take these fights. You've got the ability to defend towers with Rubik Grim and Death Prophet. You've still got your last pit to cover you. Maybe like there could still be like the Brood potential. You just put a casual DP safe lane, put the Brood mid. Nigma now have nothing. Clink, Shadow Fiend, kind of awkward. Sure, you can put Legion there, but now you're going to have Shadow Fiend, Clinks both on side lanes. Like,
you dislike SF against the Brood? I feel like really good SF players can deal with the Brood, especially given the fact that he's gonna have the start with the cogs.
Oh, maybe, but it's one of the no, I can't. I don't see that. I see it more like sure he might be able to right click a couple times in 2 waves, but eventually when you get to level 4, level 5, and suddenly Brood's having a free time. But I think the main focus right now is how does Nigma kind of fit this last pick into the lineup? You've got the potential of maybe just a casual 5 clock, and then you can still pick GH's hero. Or you can pick, still got Kuroki's hero to pick last. I think you need a way to defend a tower, or just fully go into the fact that you want to run at them. Like, there's 2 options pretty much, and I think going into the run at them is probably the better play at this point. You can see Liquid, they ban Venge. This is a pretty default hero.
I kind of still feel like you're underestimating the fact that an Clinks and an SF can itemize to be fat, and they can just stand in front, and these heroes can, even though it's a Centaur, Rubik, Grimstroke, I feel like they're still going to survive given that they have the Legion Commander to cover for them. Like, you put a Clinks, and if they go on him,
convincing me.
Legion is bad. Yeah, I want to see it myself.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like Clinks is tanky enough right now with the Death Pact to actually survive.
But where's the damage? You know, like, that's the point.
SF.
Like, one hero.
Yeah, of course.
It's a good super glue hero, right? That's what we saw CIS succeed a long time ago, was when they doubled the armor up.
This is most like the, okay, so then I got Batrider. Yep, they're going all out for this. They want to try and group up together. They want to play the map, the Nigma style, which, sure, respectable. But I feel this Liquid lineup, it's too nice to look at. They have wave clear. They got this ability to, if Liquid can make the first moves on the map, if they have a good laning phase, and they go for the first towers, they get that first Roshan. Like, Roshan's a very key factor here. The fact that you have DP ult to take Roshan, of course, still got the character still to pick. And of course, on the other side, you're going to have Clinks and Shadow Fiend going into Roshan. Like, this is going to be a really big area of the map that they need to look at. But it just scares me. This Liquid lineup is too easy to execute.
I don't know, but what carry can Liquid take now if they get...
there's I called it. Nice. Cool. Go me. So yeah, DP safe lane, the Brood mid. This is, I expected this. I guess it's Nigma's drafted. I like the style that they are 100% drafting for their style, which is, you know, it's good. The issue is when you're playing up against Koikova and you give Liquid last pick and you haven't covered yourself against a Brood, it doesn't matter how quickly you run around the map because there's always going to be this Brood factor and it's going to potentially crush its lane.
Yeah.
Do you think you try and switch the Legion into the Brood lane? Do you think that's the hero that will handle it best?
If you switch Legion to the Brood, I'd rather have SF in the safe lane and Clinks in the off. I'd actually prefer Clinks in the off lane to the Legion Commander. I don't know if they want to go for that, but I would prefer it because Clinks doesn't want to hit the Centaur. He can make a positioning mistake and die against Rubik Centaur, maybe in the lane if he doesn't have Death Pact. So, but I still think you send SF mid, right? The first few levels, he's going to destroy the Brood, and then you get a rotation maybe or something, and the Brood just dies from a few raises. So, in my opinion, they just leave the SF mid, and to me, Nigma's draft just looks... I feel like it's easier to execute and that they know what they're doing. They're going to win the lanes, and this Brood, if it doesn't take off, and in my opinion, it won't, it's going to be really hard for Liquid.
All right, well... We do have our cast on the line. No, it's a special game, Liquid versus Nigma, so we had to bring some special boys. Odie Pix or S4, you there?
We are indeed, yes. Ready to go with this one. We'll let you guys know on the panel. It's going to be a Kuroki Clinks on the side of Team Nigma this game.
Okay.
We've seen that before. I think, was it about 2 years ago? I think he done it at TI8 when they misclicked. Was the last time I can recall him doing this.
That was EG. I was playing
Oh,
for
it was
EG.
oh yeah, it was EG. There we go.
S4 remembers that, yeah.
That was Phoenix and Clinks. Fly and RTZ.
So how do you feel like this Clinks is going to work, or are we seeing Kuroki playing carry?
I think Kuroki is going to play support.
Okay.
SF is going to go safe lane and else in mid, I think.
Which draft do you prefer, S4?
Oh, I need to think about that for a sec.
That's fine.
A lot happened here.
True. That is a wild draft.
Let's open up the explosion a different way. Owen, which draft do you like more?
Ah, I see. Okay.
I mean, which do I like? Personally, I love what Nigma's doing. It's a bit of fun. It's a bit crazy. But in terms of sort of sensibilities, I'd have to agree with sort of what you guys were saying on the panel. Liquid's lineup looks pretty terrifying with this 10th pick brood.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 9th pick, yeah.
I got an ally finally.
So yeah, you found an ally.
Thank you,
Owen's going
Odie.
to back you up, but I believe the game is ready for you boys. So now it's S4's chance to talk about it. Take it away, Odie Pixel and S4.
Thank you very much, Killer Pigeon. So yeah, S4, you had a bit of time. What do you sort of reckon? Is this a game where the brood's going to sort of win it all, or do Nigma have ways to deal with this brood that Liquid's tried to sneak in as the last pick?
Okay, there's going to be a lot of action right from the get-go, even starting now. So, Dire, they know that SF COG is going to be in base for the COG abuse. So they can take over the map however they want here. You see the way they're placing themselves?
Yeah, they're looking to try and gear up to make sure they have no sort of looking on the bounty runes on this top half.
Yeah, and so I just want to say this brood pick was very smart because Nigma was baiting them to pick a hero that gets countered by physical damage, like a Jug or an X. But rather, they just went with the brood, which was super smart, I think.
And in terms of during that draft, do you think that Nigma they didn't expect the brood at all from Liquid, or did Kuro just feel that they wouldn't necessarily pick it in this situation?
I do think they might have forgotten about it. Like, that's a first blood. He didn't expect that. Anyway, Kuro probably thought they were gonna counter the bat, so he wasn't scared of them picking brood. But then they just picked the brood regardless of the bats. So this bat's gonna have a good time top, but that's the sacrifice of picking brood, right? And Kuro knew it.
Yeah. Do you sort of agree with the way that Nigma's adapted with the lanes because of that brood, sort of pushing the Clinks into a support position and putting the Legion mid? Is this sort of the best of a bit of a tough situation for Nigma?
Yeah, it's not because of the brood though. It's because of the Centaur bottom. Clinks would suffer bottom. That's why they switched it up, I think. Otherwise, they would just put SF mid against brood and he would do fine. It's not a bad matchup for SF.
All right, and we have to talk about this, Clinks. I mean, how would you imagine Kuro's going to be playing this? Is there any sort of logic to being able to use this hero in this position? Like, what can a Clinks do for you when it's not going to have priority in terms of getting levels and getting farm?
I mean, preferably you have Searing Arrows, level 1. I do think he skilled Skeleton Walk when he was getting first blooded. Anyway, you can... It's called Orb Walking, right? When you sit in the wave and you can use this Searing Arrow without taking aggro. And yeah, that's the power of it here. He could just sit with the bat and start hitting them. He doesn't have to be on the side. So he can be protected by the bat in the lane and not take...
Yeah, we'll see how effective that is when he, as you say, we would imagine he's almost certainly going to grab it at the level 2. I mean, yeah, nowadays it's nice. It's incredibly low mana cost, so you never have any sort of problem on the early levels of Searing Arrows in lane. You're just able to spam them for pretty much infinitely against these heroes. Mikkei's going to have some sort of sustain, though. The Siphon will be available. Obviously, it's against 2 ranged heroes, and Mind Control with the Napalm can make it hard for Mikkei to close that gap, but he's got Insania. The 2 of them, they can punish Nigma's heroes here if they are out of position. So we'll see how carefully Nigma do play this top lane. Looking at the CS elsewhere, what are we seeing? Mig, Quake for 7 for 1, Weehard 10 for 0, both heroes farming nicely.
Check out the denies from Miracle, what a player.
You nearly got me there. I was like, hang on, how's he got that man? I was like, yeah, there's a clock. Okay.
Yeah, so that.
But some of those are probably legit denies, you know.
Yeah.
At least a few of them.
I just want to talk about they're gonna go bottom here. Oh, they actually caught him. But Miracle is focusing center because he knows they can't trade otherwise. Good place. Yeah, the Centaur, I think he was one of the strongest offlaner last week. But they made up updates yesterday with Ring of Tarask level 1. You can't buy it anymore. It's cost 650, and that item was like very broken on Centaur and Axe and stuff. Heroes that don't use mana, but now you can't really buy it. So
I mean, that's the thing. You know, with that sort of that nerf to 650, are there any heroes that you think it's still viable to wait until your team's picked up a bounty and then still get it straight off the bat, or is that just not good?
That's an idea, but then you're claiming the courier. You know, the courier is very slow, and you were last patch you could send Quelling Blade, for example, that first set. Now you can't do that, so it doesn't sound good.
No. Let's see if they can.
It's not a kill.
No, it's just a good bit of.
Oh, actually.
Ooh, it's close. GH with the battery, able to stop Boxy from being able to
GH is going to be in trouble if he stays.
He's dancing on the edge there. He even goes in for a bit of a greedier extra poke onto Tiger with that last proc of the battery. So he's keeping his distance. He's keeping safe. He's got the Fairy Fire, and with this headdress and Ring of Regen, he's constantly sporting a healthy 7.5 each second on the HP.
Yeah, very good item build by the Mikke top lane. Death Prophet is doing the boot stick because if you don't have boots when bat hits level 3, then he has 3 kills on you all the time. Very good.
Bottom lane, the fight did continue. They got back in there. GH gets Tiger, but Liquid they come out on top there.
Yeah,
killing off
huge for
Miracle.
Liquid.
Losing the SF early is going to hurt. Mid lane, Weehar's trying to put as much pressure as he can onto this tier 1, whilst Quoifer dies between the lane and the jungle. Is anyone else really losing out too much? I mean, as you say, this top lane looking pretty solid for Liquid. I get both side lanes, as we just saw, taking down Miracle and keeping this top lane a very good place for Mikke. And I mean, is this Death Prophet ever sort of vulnerable to being dove by the bat, or is this a very hard hero to dive early on as a bat rider?
No, if the napalms are there, then he can do it. But he's lacking in boots right now, so it's not possible for now. He needs to send them out, then it's go time. By the way, question. You saw the illusion rune got denied by the spider bottom. Can you like pick it up and remove debuffs with the illusion now? Actually don't know.
Yeah, when you use it, it works like a mini Manta. Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Like a Queen of Pain Shadow Strike.
Yeah, nice. It is pretty juicy, yeah. There's definitely a lot of situations where... I feel like Illusion Rune already was pretty nice. You know, you get that early, and I mean, obviously you can't get it 2 minutes anymore, but if you're getting it 4 minutes still, it means that in a lot of matchups mid, you're going to have an easy CS advantage.
Yeah.
Bottom, GH. It's going to try and trade with Boxy. Boxy's going to be happily trading back, or one charges will mean the Boxy won't be finished off by a further raise from Miracle.
Yeah, you saw him saving the raise there instead of using it, because he wants to have a triple raise coming up here, if needed. He only wants to go for the kill here, because he has so much regen. Look at mid lane, Kuro just moved with the catapult.
Yeah, he's doing a good amount of damage here early on. This first sort of push with the siege creep, already bringing down this tower to half HP. On the side lanes again, this bottom lane, the brawling it's not stopping. Well, we did see him get the kill back, but Miracle's able to find it. Mid.
Yeah, he was trying to keep the catapult alive, and then yeah, he got hit by the tower way too much. Then the spider came in.
Oh, Quoifer was going to be happy with that bit of a mess up from Weeha.
You can see Quoifer is very experienced on this hero. He's sending in like 3 spiders in a group, and then Weeha thinks it's all of the spiders, so he nukes it, and then the rest comes in after.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. I mean, if there ever was, any sort of Brood player to be quite fearful of, Quoifer's definitely one of the ones that sort of throughout all the patches, he's just been such a solid Brood player for Liquid whenever they find a good draft to get it in.
So you can see, I almost said Liquid. I mean Nigma's game plan here. So they want to trade mid tower, because Weeha is going crazy on this mid tower, because they know Brood is gonna get their tower eventually. So they don't want to be in a disadvantage on map control, so they want to remove the mid tower also. already Vanguard on the Centaur.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to really get him out. They did manage to kill him the once earlier, but yeah, with that Vanguard done, very hard for the two of them to do so. We are going to make the movement down mid. He is still looking for that first duel opportunity. Maybe with the duel setup, they can try for it. It's still, as I say, it's a tanky hero, and
Insane,
Tiger
yeah.
is watching it up. So if they can get for the kill and return, Mickey, with that Siphon, one more crit swarm's
Okay.
not actually going to connect, but the right click will finish him. They get the trade onto mind control. Down
Bottom also. No
He's
boots
looking
on the
for it.
Centaur.
And he's found it. The cog push back. They've locked him nice and deep on their half of the map as Weeha is able to pick up the +10.
So if I'm the Centaur right now, I'm clicking on my Brood and asking why you're not hitting mid tower. But Koikwa, he knows Brood better than anyone here, so he knows what he's doing.
It might be... I mean, he's going to make incredible timing on this Diffusal Blade. It's going to be an 8-minute diffuse already coming out to him. So once that is there, he'll almost certainly look for any sort of opportunity to take down whoever shows their face in the mid lane. Weeha's hunting around, trying to disturb the farming of the Brood. And you are going to catch a few of the spiders.
Could have been all of them if it's...
Koifa just continuing to make sure that those spiders aren't under threat from Weeha and his overwhelming odds, keeping them
Bottom.
safe as
This could
always.
be huge.
It's a
They
big
should
dive.
TP with that.
It's
he
a
has to TP.
hard hero to save, yeah. These heroes just bursting down Miracle in a matter of seconds. GH could not get close enough.
Excellent TP by Mikke also. I can explain it soon. Just watch mid lane first.
He's got the Fairy Fire. That's all. It's not going to save him. There's Legion Commander down bottom. GH will go for the instant TP out, but Mikke with the Exorcism good to go. He can take a tower off the back of getting involved in that action as well.
So what happened is Bat has TP cool and Mikke knew it. And if you push in the lane against Bat, you can never get your tower because this hero does not push towers. So Mikke did the perfect thing by leaving top lane because they're not going to lose anything.
Ooh, a Miracle dying in the river. I guess he didn't. I mean, he didn't get the memo from We Are dying a moment ago. As Quakephase, he's picking up 3 kills here. He's got instantly treads done on top of the Diffusal Blade. This Brood is getting rather out of control. This is not going to be an easy hero for Nigma to deal with. As coming up to Tempest in their 3k behind. Up in their jungle though. Extra bit of damage. No, it's not going to be picked up. The kill's not there in time.
Timing. Got it.
They do manage to take the outpost out, so they will get at least an equal share of the experience. Nigma taking that back, but this first 10 minutes, it's been a slow start for Nigma. I mean, what's sort of the best point of call for these lads to sort of turn things around? Can they look to try and make a play onto Quofa? Do they have the heroes and the items to kill him?
Yeah, they do. Last is enough. Let's see, Brood. He has treads. It's very strong right now.
I mean, we're seeing sort of hero after hero just feed their life away to Quoke for mid. It's a 4th one in a row.
The problem is SF is a bit under level.
And
Boxy.
Yeah, was able to toy with him, take the bounty from him in front of his face, pop out from the invis and set up for Quakefa to take down Miracle pretty much a second time within a minute. Death after death. Miracle's safe lane SF getting heavily punished. 2-4-1 this game. Boxy and the boys are ready to push in on mid. Mikke is able to take quite a bit from bottom. I see Mind Control has come in, but of course still trying to farm his first item. The only one really with any sort of semblance of farm on Nigma's side is Weeha's Legion. Everybody else is starting to really slip behind that at Liquid.
Yeah, I like to watch these games from the offlaner's perspective. So I'm looking at the Bat here, and whatever happened bottom lane is not good for Nigma, because now SF doesn't have a game anymore. So Bat TPing top was kind of a mistake in hindsight, and what he could have done is run top and have TP over bottom, because he can never get a trade top for bottom, so he should always TP to defend his tier 1s in the early game. But yeah, you can see Miracle has no space anymore to farm on the map because of bottom tower getting destroyed.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard for him to, I mean, as we see going to this area on the top half of Radiant's map seems pretty impossible because it's just so easy for Quakefa to invade. down bottom. They've got no sort of wards or vision securing that whole area of jungle. The outpost is in Liquid's favor as well. So Nigma's got some real work to do if they want to try and make sure that Nigma is going to have room for Miracle's farm on the SF. And, I mean, as you say, looking from the offlaner perspective, I mean, so mind control. What's he sort of saying right now? Does he just have to focus on his own farm, get at least like the bots done, or are we having to see maybe something a bit more desperate because of them falling behind? Does he need to get an early blink, something so he can make a play? What can he do?
Yeah, he in my opinion, he has to go right now. There's no waiting in this game, and if they get 1 or 2 kills, they can come back into this game. If Brute dies right now, the SF is back pretty much. So they just have to. I would honestly buy Tranquils on bats and Windlace and start going. He has enough damage to kill Brood at this point. Here we go. What's happening, top?
Let's see. It's correct. He's got the eyes on Tiger. GH is going to come across. He has got the 6, so he's got the hook shot ready to go if they do want to try for a kill, and he'll might find the connection. Mid lane at the same time, Weehar's going to lock down Quaker underneath the tower. Not enough damage to kill the Spider. Back over in the jungle, they do finish off Tiger, so they'll get a pick onto the Rubik. Quaker, of course, not quite easy enough to kill, but if anything, Weehar just being able to hold him in place mid stops him from interfering with the play that Nigma were looking for onto Tiger.
Alright, let's see what MC bought. Okay, he bought items. He bought Bracer and Windlace, so that tells us he's gonna start fighting right now.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah, he's queuing up the blink straight up. So
look at their movements, Nigma. Everyone
found the catch on Poxy. He's trapped in the cogs. He's trying to turn and burst down Kuro, but he's not got enough damage. Kuro's able to heal up with the Death Pact, and now Nigma, they could try and run out a second. The Battery Assault Chase is attempted onto Tiger, but Mikkei's coming on the backlines. He's running down the SF Miracle. He needs help. Is he going to get it? Weehar's already split up. He's looking towards Insania, trying for an easy dual kill. Miracle will fall. Mind Control turns up in time with the control onto Mikkei. Did they have the damage? The follow-up hookshot from GH. They're trapped in the Firefly. Mikkei, he's burning low, but the Spirit Siphon keeps him alive. Quaker comes in with a lifesteal, and Liquid, they take down a third hero, and they're not done yet. They're looking at Weehar. Weehar will go for the TP out, and he makes it away. Nothing to cancel it, as the telekinesis wasn't quite back in time.
Yeah, very good play by Mikkei there. Actually backstabbing and getting on the most important target, SF. Yeah, so GH was drawing arrows to top lane. They're not gonna defend this tower mid. GH wanted to fight top because he knew Brood can't get there fast. But then the fight took a bit too long, so...
Still...
What is Bats... If they have a smoke now, they can still go for the Brood. For the Axe.
It would be such a huge kill for Nigma if they can find Quaker. Quaker now 8k net worth, 13 minutes in. Yeah, we're 13 minutes in. This Brood, he's pretty much level 50. This is... couldn't be any better for Quake for this match. 6-0-1.
Okay, we're doing a smoke, but I don't know what it's gonna achieve this one. They don't have enough damage with these 3 heroes to kill Brood, and they need the Brood, if anything.
And even Mikkei is kind of hard to get now. He's got the Yules done, so we'll have a way to break it up unless they can find a clean hook shot into a duel.
Yeah.
See what they can do. GH.
It's gonna take too long if they respond faster.
So they're gonna attempt this. A good push back with the cogs. Does shove him straight into the clutches of Weehar. Nicely done by GH. Just clean setup. We'll guarantee the extra damage for Weehar. Now up to plus 30. Maybe see if they can move over towards Quaker. They still have the
nuke, maybe.
It would have been a huge one, but yeah, Quaker already reading the fact that they'll be heading his way. Takes the Spider Babies back to safety. Wants to get his item done. 1200 gold, only one component away from the full Aghanim's. 14 minutes in. Continues to hit some insane timings on the Broodmother. Miracle's finally getting a bit of peace up top as he tries his best to climb into the game. He's got the Dragon Lance into the BKB queued up just so he can have those items that at least allow him some sort of chance of surviving in these fights. So right now he is incredibly vulnerable to the burst and jump of Liquid.
Yeah, he needs kills there soon. This game is all about SF. LC SF is a very strong combo. But SF having a bad start is gonna make it bad. They saw him bottom, the clock. Here we go. Clock is gonna die.
That looks like... Yeah, shit.
It's fine to
mind
use
control.
hook shots, slow cooldown.
Oh, mind control tries to knock him back from the bounty rune. But Insania will be able to get back in time.
Lasso's
Goes for the lasso, and indeed the stolen lasso comboed with the stampede. Tiger's able to drag mind control back into the clutches of the rest of Liquid's lineup. So
That was the only way he would die. The lasso, stolen lasso. So
Tiger's been quite the man to watch in many of Liquid's performances recently. His support play has been outstanding. And inside here, Mickey is ready to start playing around with We Are. The initial slow from the Siphon. Buying time, they don't have to close the gap, but they've got the slow from Quofa there. It is, as you say, the self-heal, and it will be enough to save him. And with that halberd done, this is not the easy kill that Liquid maybe expected it to be. And elsewhere, I mean, Kuro, you know, Kuro, for a game with a 5k down, Kuro, he's kind of happy with himself. He's 2-1-5. He's support Clinks has managed to build up 20 death pack damage.
yeah.
This could be a game where Kuro ends up sort of turning it around and becoming the carry. We'll see how things do develop for the Kuro support Clinks, but definitely not a rough start for him. It looks very impressive on the scoreboard. Question is if that's going to be enough to slow down this pace and tempo that the Liquid's going to be able to bring with this Brood hitting an incredible mass, and of course just the pushing power that Mickey has got available. He's hit level 12, he's got Exorcism ready to go. I mean, do you feel if you're Liquid, you really want to sort of keep the heat onto Nigma, or is there no pressure really on this lineup?
No pressure. The pressure is on Nigma actually. If they remove the farm from SF, then their timing is gone. So Nigma has to do something to get kills on the SF now. Top lane though. Let's see how Tiger plays this.
Let's see. Miracle to show. GH not gonna jump there, just Tiger keeping himself out of vision. No opportunity to initiate as the entirety of Liquid and both Nigma spread across all 3 lanes right now. Nobody looking to go too aggressive.
Santa will insta-TP here if they go.
See if GH wants to. He knows Tiger's here now, showing with a Fade Bolt. GH, does he want to try for this? It is close to the tower.
Mid lane.
Oh. No detection, so Kuro. It's going to be fine. Bottom lane, they'll be able to utilize the Stampede to go on mind control. We'll pop the lasso, but the damage will be there from Mickey. And there's the ghost come out. Kuro did end up still dying in that mid lane. Liquid finding kills all over the map, and look at the spider. Quakefa, he's swarming straight down towards the bottom. He's going to head for the Ancients, knows there's no TP cancel for Weeha, so won't spend time looking for him in the trees. Weeha's able to get out, but Liquid, they're playing fast. Tiger and Boxy instantly smoking. They know that Miracle and GH have been playing around this half of the map, and they want to try and push them out of it.
Brood can connect here. He should connect to the top lane. They need Brood. Anything. Oh, stolen race.
GH does control Tiger, make sure that he's not able to continue to beat down Miracle. Miracle's also got the move speed.
All about SF.
But here come the spiders. He turns with the first few raises. He's not going to get another one off. Boxy bursts him down. Miracle's dead for 40. The majority of the spiders will survive. Still struggling to get a safe area for Miracle to play his game. Oh, okay, Kuro. I mean, he's the one to carry this. There we go. Doesn't get the extra +5 damage though.
No detection on them.
He should be able to live. Skeleton walks back up. Nothing to find him. Yeah, Kuro, he's 3, 2, and 5. This is going to be the X factor maybe that gets Nigma through this rough time. They're 7k down, but Kuro, he's gearing up to carry this one. He's not quite got the net worth or the money, but he's getting the kills to look good whilst doing it. He's got 1300 gold. We'll see which sort of way he wants to go with the Clink support build this game. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do start to see him aiming towards the bigger items to do something good.
Yeah. So we need souls fast now because they don't want to wait for the BKB on SF. They want to go right now. Because we got daggers on Bat and LC. So it's time. As soon as it gets the full souls, they can lasso into Requiem here. Even before Brood gets his item, his BKB. Could be the comeback scenario.
I mean, Brood is just going to be such a huge kill because of how fat Quoifer is right now.
Yeah.
That really would be the huge bonus for Nigma if they can catch him. But so far he's been playing at the highest of levels, Quoifer. No mistakes
Nobody camping
made.
mids right now.
As the attention onto him straight away. They find Mickey. Can they take him out? Boxy's going to be in with a Who Stomp, but it's not enough to save Mickey. Mickey will fall with the Soulbind and the two-man telekinesis. Both Weeha and Mind Control lifted up and just thrown down to their death. It's Kuro. He's got the skeleton walk back up. And they have got that detection. Boxy's in with the vision required. As Liquid take down 3 more, continuing the slaughter this game, 21-12.
So Boxy, the Centaur, he used Stampede to slow Bat, if I saw it correctly. If you're inside of them, it slows. Just Stampede hits teammates. And also they connect fast with the Stampede there. So nice play.
Should be a free roast. 20 seconds until hook shots there, so unlikely GH is going to have the timing to make a play around this. With all the spiders out, this Roshan will fall relatively fast. TP is coming over actually from Mind Control. He does have the blink to play with, so maybe he himself they could look for steal. Yeah.
You can push them out of pit now with the new flame brick, so we'll see.
See what sort of timing Nigma was able to find.
It's Brood though.
Sort of chilling on the cliff. They're going to pop the ghost. Oh, outside of the pit, Boxy with a good read jumps in onto Weeha to make sure that he can't get everything. The hookshot, GH is in, but already Roshan dies to Liquid, and Quoifer's able to grab the Aegis. They kill off the clock, and now they can just run down the remainder of Nigma that's been left behind, hanging around the pit. Weeha will get slowly beaten down. 2 more kills for the Spider. As Liquid, they take everything from the Roshan. It's all theirs, the kills as well. They continue to grow their advantage, and now they're ready to push as well with the remainder of this exorcism. They should be able to do some good damage and take away this tier 2 tower. Mind Control.
He doesn't see him. The Bat has low vision. Okay.
It's going to be TP's coming in. Mind Control. He's going to be able to get the blink off in time. Tiger not actually... Well, it looks a bit, didn't manage to get a right click on him. And the Battery Assault proc not catching him before he was able to blink away. So Mind Control able to dodge death there by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, I think Liquid did a mistake there after killing Roche. They should run directly to tier 2 bottom. Then SF would not be able to hit any creeps. Here we go, mid lane. He's not gonna survive that. Looking good for Liquid though. They missed their timing slightly on Nigma. It was close.
Oh, Miracle. Instantly.
Edge.
Not quite in range for the jump. Had to use that initial one to get close to start. Yeah, quite for level 21. Next item up. It's going to be looking for the Bloodthorn, but the BKB is done on Miracle. So now Miracle can feel a little less scared of running out, pushing these side lanes out and getting killed off quite now, unless, of course, we do see continued lassos stolen by Tiger.
Oh.
BKB TP will save him in.
That was really good initiative.
They get the jump on Tiger, but Liquid, they should have a shot at turning this one. The Soulbind on the 2 of them. Mickey's ready to chase down with the Siphon and the slow from Insania. Connecting on both Weeha and Mind Control. Good jump from Boxy. Gets in on top of the Batrider. The Batrider will fall. Weeha trying to fight back, but he's surrounded by the Spiders and taken down low by the Siphon. 2 more for Liquid. As Nigma, they just cannot catch a break. They try their best to find something. And now Liquid, knowing that they've got the numbers advantage, they're sweeping across the map. A sentry's down. They're looking for Kuro, quite for even popping the BKB to make sure that he doesn't get disturbed in his killing of the Kuro Clinks. It's looking pretty hard for Nigma to turn this one around as well.
Yeah, the reason why Liquid always countered all these ganks is because Nigma didn't bring the damage to the ganks. It takes a little bit too long, always. If they could include SF in some of these ganks, it would be much smoother. Bottom lane. See him.
Radiant structures are fortified.
GH. No
He's
CP.
left. Hard.
Oh,
Or is it?
that's nice. Okay.
No, typical then.
Yeah, he's 18 seconds. As long as he can play around for that, Tiger's going to try and stay on him.
Yeah, he can just spell steal and then he has double stun.
I mean,
He's gonna wait
GH
for the rockets to be okay.
keeping Tiger busy. Tiger is going to stay on him. GH has got the TP back up, and actually, Tiger, he's given up on that. So
Mercy.
GH actually able to survive after all that. Make himself away. Obviously, meanwhile,
Oh.
down mid.
I see. Tiger was scared of Clinks. Actually,
Oh, he
that's
felt
why
that
didn't
GH
step
was
up.
baiting him.
Yeah. Yeah.
GH
Heads
with
up
the
play, I suppose.
double bluff, yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, they get a dual target. Instant kill onto Insania. They've also got the lasso. This is the huge one. Quitefoot's dragged in. They'll take him down
Now they
once.
need the kites. They have to kite now. Nigma,
He has
they know
got the
it.
BKB. Miracle revving up the combo. The pushback
no
from the
BKB.
cogs in the
No
Requiem
BKB.
Fear. They knock him back. It's perfect. GH there with the cogs to make sure that there was not the chance to get that BKB. When you respawn into the cog pushback, there isn't a frame to press it. So Quitefoot is dead. Nigma, they're going to try and chase for more. Stampede will begin to move Mickey and Boxy out of this horrible area for Liquid that has turned out to be. They've lost their spider. They've got to keep running. There's no further catch though, so the rest of them will make it away. GH no hook shot for 15 seconds. But a huge kill, and that, as we saw, the 1,086 gold going to Weeha as well.
We'll give it a vision.
Better.
Watch. We have duel coming up. Insania? Insania?
He's got it. They jump in. They found the Grimstroke. They can turn around for more. Miracles being committed on them. Both Mickey and Boxy get onto the backline. Again, Tiger's now playing with the stolen Requiem into the stolen duel there. Tiger, with the flashy plays, will shut Nigma back down as soon as they start to get some sort of semblance of momentum.
Such good plays by Mick also on the DP. Getting the silence there on Clock while getting on top of SF. Clock was the one to save SF there. Super good plays by him.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's been playing well all game. Been getting every DP ult has done huge problems for them. Are we doing something at Kuro? Is this again?
It's, you know, dreaming. I think it was
But you didn't see him because of nighttime.
Dire
Got him.
has been killed.
Who's dipping?
Oh no.
Ah.
Oh no, he's gonna die for this.
you gotta
But hey,
do
he'll
it really
take
good.
it. I'd say that's a worth, right? You know, 135 gold for everyone on your team. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of heroes.
Oh, but plus damage for Tiger. All right.
Ah,
He's
Yeah.
got plus 36 on this Rubik right now.
look, good warding by Nigma the whole game. Look at their wards. They've been on top of it.
Oh, you're right. They're getting
Even
away.
GH is warding. This guy plays one in front of the tower. Super good ward.
Are these wards likely to be dewarded, do you think? Are Liquid going to
No,
recognize?
not that
No?
one on top lane.
No.
That's a very hard. Also the one in base. That's like.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to expect it to be up there right now when the tier 2s are up, isn't it? The little...
Oh, that's another courier. Oh. Yeah, he can't.
See bottom. And Sonya on the hunt with Boxy. Miracle.
Yeah, so this area is safe now for Nigma to play because of the wards. Look at Tiger. He's on the case.
Oh, and he's found him.
That's a duel. That's a long duel though.
Oh, are they going to have Quitefoot? This is going to be more damage. Oh, can they kill him in time?
Oh, come on.
Ooh, no, they can't. All right, it's a kill, but it's not more damage for Tiger. You know he's on the hunt. He wants to outdo Weeha in terms of bonus damage. He's still got a little way to go. Weeha, of course, with 102 damage built up right now from the duels. But
Yeah, if
Tiger-
I was Liquid, oh, Corona. At least he's trying to get out on the map. If I was Liquid, I would tell Tiger to buy a Mask of Madness in the way he's playing.
Mask of Madness. I mean, I'll be down for that. Yo, what about the Blade Mount? Blade Mount nowadays, they got a nice little buff. Extra bit of
I
damage.
did it.
Yeah, plus damage on Blade Mount.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's up to plus 28 now, and it only costs 2,000 because of the cheapened Broadsword.
oh, that might be the new Necro one.
Well, I was seeing sort of early theory crafting saying it's sort of the new Chrysalis for mids, but we'll see. We'll see how stuff happens in this patch. Mid lane!
Oh,
Oh,
nice BKB.
Requiem and BKB's out, pushing Liquid away. Liquid were still able to get the kill on Mind Control in time, but they won't be able to go for any more. Both Miracle and Weeha will remain safe. Liquid, they'll turn towards the objectives instead, take away this mid-brax, and they'll get it. There's no jump available from Nigma, especially with the BKB from Miracle Views. They do nuke down the entire spider army of Quitefoot. But obviously with the Ags, Mickey can continue to push on. They don't need the spiders to do damage to these towers. GH,
Where did he come from?
backline, it just goes for the hook shot. We're going to find out where he's going to go in a second here as he's silenced. He's still killing off Insania inside the base. They move in. Weehawk goes for the duel to hold down Boxy. Have they got the damage? They've lost Miracle. Kuro, can he finish off this Centaur? It doesn't look like he can. Boxy, who stunts him down? He is dead and gone. Kuro and Nigma's Miracle without buyback. Only GH and Mind Control are going to be around to defend this. Weehawk's got the buyback available, but Liquid, they're just pushing on, taking this second set of racks away from Nigma, and Nigma, they're not going to expend the Weehawk buyback. They're going to let this set of racks go. They do still have a tier 2 top, so Megas aren't on the menu for Liquid, but damage has certainly been done. Liquid now 2 sets of racks up and 22k gold.
Yeah, it's time to wrap it up, Nigma.
This is proven to be a tough game, and it's sort of, you know, looking at the general outlook of this game, do you think that Nigma's probably sitting there saying, we forgot about the Brood?
Yeah. Thing is, Brood was not a problem. I think they kind of outdid themselves a bit. They had the game plan and then they strayed away from it. I could see their game plan working, but they needed SF mid. This game is all about SF and LC. LC SF is a combo.
And to go back, what was the reasoning that Nigma did not want to put the SF mid? It was because of they felt that Klinks was just unplayable in a side lane?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure what they're thinking about, because Klinks might be losing bottom pretty hard against Centaur. I don't know. Maybe, you know, if you watch True Sight, maybe you can see a bit of how they're talking in this game, in the draft. Like, maybe we as like, give me LC mid, you know, against Brood.
I mean,
I'll win mid, you know.
I mean, that's the thing. You can also imagine it may be a day that Kuro, you know, woke up and he's like, boys, I'm going to play Klinks. Any complaints? And now you don't complain to Kuro, you let him do what he wants. So.
Yeah. You keep seeing this game. We saw this yesterday. Centaur was playing as Brood mid. It's not easy if the Brood player knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
You just have to stick with your guns when you're playing as Brood. Not try to like counter him too hard.
We do have the comeback item though, S4.
We do?
But they've just found a repair kit, Nigma.
Radiant's top tower is under
Is it going to be enough?
I thought you were going to talk about rapiers. We just got a repair kit.
Someone's just found a repair. No, no. They've got the repair kit. Yeah, it could. We've seen some crazy things before. Remember that game? Yeah, we saw, you know, where Nigma took down the Ancient, 37k down. They had a repair kit in that one. We are. Looks for the commitment. It's going to jump straight in onto Mickey. They're looking to find him, but this bat is just getting shredded. Bat is dead. Requiem is off though. They blow up the Death Prophet. They'll look over towards Koifa with the BKB. BKB's about to end, but he still has the edges. Boxy. Huge jump. 3-man Hoostop. Tiger. The stolen Requiem again for the second time this game. This Rubik just styling on Nigma, as this should be the end to game 1 as they take this tier 3. The GG is called, and Liquid, they've got this one in the bag, and they pretty much did the whole road. They consistently held the lead, and Nigma just couldn't get a look in this game.
Yeah. Nice place. I'm excited for the next games. We're gonna see more of Nigma.
Yeah, I feel that Nigma's going to be warmed up after that one. At least you'd hope so.